Hello, hello. Hello and good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this evening session for the IACAC virtual fair. At this time, as you guys are all entering this session, you will see that you are on mute, as well as our panelists are not able to see you. However, feel free to ask our presenters directly any questions you may have using the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen. Today's session will be recorded and available on our website, strivescan.com/Illinois. And you can also sign up for more sessions such as this on our website as well. So without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, St. Mary's.
Hey everyone, I am Brenda Jones with St. Mary's University of Minnesota. Just going to get my screen going here. So I am an Associate Regional Director of Admission with St. Mary's University of Minnesota. That means that I do not live in Winona, Minnesota, where the university is located. I am based out of the Chicago area. St. Mary's is located in Winona, Minnesota, which is way down in the southeast corner of the state of Minnesota. There are about 26,000 permanent residents in Winona, but every year over 11,000 students come to Winona to attend college at St. Mary's University, Winona State University, and the Technical College in town. So in total, there's about 40,000 people in Winona, including the students, which means that it really is a college town. It is located 2 hours south of Minneapolis, so 2 hours closer to the Illinois area. So depending on where you're traveling from in the Chicago area, it would probably take you about 4 to 5.5 hours to get to Winona. Winona actually sits on the Mississippi River and is bordered by really high hills or bluffs. So it provides a lot of opportunities for outdoor recreation. There's all sorts of water activities that happen on the Mississippi River. There's rock climbing, hiking, cross-country skiing up in the bluffs. There's a very quaint downtown area, which has many boutiques and locally owned restaurants and coffee shops. There's 2 lakes in town, which provide additional outdoor recreation, and a fabulous art museum in Winona. St. Mary's actually sits up in the bluffs, so kind of on the edge of Winona. The academic buildings, residence halls, athletic playing fields takes up about 100 acres, but then we own 350 acres up in the bluffs. We have an 18-hole disc golf course on campus, beautifully groomed cross-country ski trails, and a trout stream that runs through campus. We are within walking distance from many restaurants, shopping, grocery stores, and in 2016, Winona was named the safest town in the United States. We have about 1,100 undergraduate students on our campus. We do have a graduate campus in the Twin Cities up in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, but on the Winona campus, it's strictly undergraduate students that are working towards their bachelor's degree. About a third of our students are student athletes. We have 17 NCAA Division III sports. We are part of the Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. In addition to our Division III sports, we have club sport opportunities in hockey, ultimate frisbee, volleyball, water polo, Nordic skiing, soccer, and even ballroom dancing. If students are interested in the arts, they can get involved in theater, on stage and off. They can get involved in music, either instrumentally or vocally, or they can get involved in visual arts by participating in some of our student art shows. We do have music, theater, and art scholarships available, music scholarships for majors and non-majors, the other 2 for majors in those areas. As far as academics, we do have quite a few different areas of study. When you apply to St. Mary's, you are actually applying to the university. You are admitted to the university, and then you get to choose whatever you want to major in. We do have one selective program. That's our 3+2 physician's assistant program. That is a direct entry program where students would do 3 years at St. Mary's doing their prerequisite and undergraduate work. And then the last 2 years moving over to Mayo Clinic and finishing up and receiving their master's in physician's assistant studies at Mayo. In addition, we are in the middle of trying to getting our Higher Learning Commission approval for a host of many new programs. One of those is a BS in nursing. So more information to come soon about that program. When you apply to St. Mary's, you are accepted with your letter of acceptance, you will receive merit-based scholarships. You will receive an out-of-state grant because you don't live in the state of Minnesota. You can also receive Catholic high school scholarships, talent-based scholarships, and even visit scholarships. If you have questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them through the chat feature. You can also email me on my email address that's on the screen at bjones@smu.edu, or you can contact us through any of the social media.
Thank you, St. Mary's. As she mentioned, please feel free to contact our representatives directly in the Q&A so you guys can get the answers you are looking for. At this time, we have Calvin University up next.
Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate that. Let me just get my screen shared here. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Richie Caines, and I am an admission counselor and the Diversity Recruitment and Engagement Coordinator at Calvin University. And I did just paste my contact information in the chat feature if you do want to take note of that, so you could email me after this if there are any questions. We will, of course, have question and answers at the end, which I'm really excited for as well. But without further ado, let's dive right into it. Calvin University. So we are a small private liberal arts college in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We have about 3,500 students altogether, which means we have representation from 45 states and 65 countries. And most of our students are like yourself from outside of the state of Michigan. And you'll also see some admission statistics here. We have a 77% acceptance rate, and our middle 50 for GPA is 3.8, for ACT is 27, and for SAT is 1240. 17% of our students are US students of color, and 13% of our students are international students. So here at Calvin University, as part of our mission statement, we encourage students to think deeply. So how do students do this? Well, above all else, we are a liberal arts institution, so we encourage students to do 2 things: to ask challenging questions and to take a variety of different academic courses throughout their time at Calvin. And that's easy to do. We have over 100 academic options altogether in a variety of different fields such as engineering, nursing, pre-med, psychology, economics, and a multitude of finance and business majors as well. 100% of our faculty are Christians, and 90% of those faculty hold the highest degree in their field. So you know that you will be taught by professionals throughout your time at Calvin. And as part of our liberal arts commitment, we want to ensure also that you are learning from both your peers and faculty alike. So we have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which means our average class size is 23. Something that I love about Calvin is advising and how it is integrated into your curriculum while you're a student at Calvin. So each semester, there is a 2-day period in the middle of the semester where there are no courses, and instead you're encouraged to meet with your professor one-on-one to schedule your next semester of classes and also get insight into the fields that you're interested in. And I love that advising is integrated into the curriculum, so you know you will have that really good advising and be able to establish good connections with your professors throughout your time. And next, living wholeheartedly at Calvin University. There are plenty of ways in which our students get involved at Calvin, really from the get-go. So we have over 80 student organizations on our campus, such as our Calvin Hacks Club, which is a programming and computer science club, our Calvin Theater Company, where you can be involved with plays at the end of every semester, and others as well. In a typical year, we have over 100 concerts, art shows, and musical and visual art performances and films on our campus. This year is probably the only exception to that. We are also a Division III institution. So that means we have 23 varsity teams, and we also have the option for intramural and club sports as well. So for those of you who don't know, intramural just means Calvin students competing against Calvin students. And what I love about intramural sports is there's a huge range of competitive levels. You have some students who this could be their first time setting foot on an athletic field, and others who maybe could have played varsity but chose not to at the collegiate level. And additionally, residential life is huge at Calvin for building community. So if you're living on campus your first 2 years, you'll be living in a residence hall. And the way we do things is really unique. So your first year, you'll be living in a double with another first year. You'll have a shared bathroom with another double that consists of 2 sophomores. So there would be 4 people in a living unit and 1 bathroom, which I think is pretty awesome. And the reason why we do it that way is so that you know from your first weeks on campus, you're connected with upper class students who could be your sort of unofficial advisors, mentors, and essentially just friends as you acclimate to college. And by the end of the day, we are a Christian institution, so we encourage our students to radiate and deepen their faith in a variety of different ways. As I mentioned, all of our professors are Christian, so faith is interwoven into the curriculum. So all of our classes are taught by Christian professors. That is one great way to radiate your faith on a daily basis. Second, by attending daily chapel, which is not required, but rather an open invitation for students, and that takes place at 10 a.m. every day. And one other service that I'll mention is Loft, which stands for Living Our Faith Together, and that is a Sunday night service entirely led by students. Now, moving forward to the career side of professional development that Calvin offers, we're really proud to announce that we have a 98% graduation placement rate, which means that 98% of our graduates are employed or in grad school shortly after their graduation date from Calvin University. The reason why I think that percentage is so high is because of our Career Center. Now, the Career Center is a resource that's available throughout your 4 years at Calvin. If you have questions about your resumes or cover letter, I know that as a high school student, I didn't have a resume. So going into college, that was a totally new thing for me. The Career Center is there to help you out with things like that. If you need to do a mock interview to test out your interviewing chops, you can do that as well at the Career Center. Or if you simply want to be connected with another alum, you could go to the Career Center as well. So it is there for your 4 years. And once you graduate, you also have the option to access it. So it really is a lifelong investment. And then just the last slide, I'll run right through it. Kyle, I see you, so I will be very quick. 99% of our students receive aid at Calvin. And with our Calvin Promise, we guarantee that any student with a 3.8 GPA or higher will receive at least $21,000 worth of aid per year for their 4 years at Calvin.
Great. Thank you so much, Calvin University. At this time, we will have Millikin University up next.
All right, thank you so much. Let me get this pulled up. Just to introduce myself, my name is Lauren Bartel, and I am a senior regional admission counselor at Millikin University. And I am also a Millikin alum as well. I graduated from the university in 2018 and started working in the admission office after that. Just to give you a little background about where we're located, Millikin is located in Decatur, Illinois. We're about as central Illinois as you can get, right where that blue pin is on the map. Our town and surrounding areas has about 75,000 residents, and we have a really good relationship with the community that we're in. A lot of our residents will attend our students' athletic events or fine arts performances. They're really good about helping our students get jobs, whether that's a part-time job while they're in school or a full-time job after school school, internships in the summer, things like that. You can see the upper right picture on the screen is a picture of our downtown Decatur area. So it has a lot of unique restaurants and shopping down there, and that's just about a mile from campus. And we also have a student-run coffee shop down there as well. Millikin has been getting a lot of top 10 recognition. So you can just see on your screen, these are some of our most recent rankings. I think one of the more notable ones is that we were the #3 best college in Illinois to land you a job. So super important when you're talking about success after graduation. Just to give you the basic statistics about Millikin, we have around 2,000 students enrolled, and most of those are undergraduate students. There's only about 100 graduate students on our campus, so your professors are definitely giving undergraduate students most of their attention. We have over 50 academic programs and over 90 student organizations. We are Division III for athletics, and we have 23 men and women's Division III sports. And then our student to faculty ratio is 10:1 with an average class size of 16. This just means you'll never be in a big lecture hall, and you'll have the opportunity to create personal relationships with your professors as well as your other classmates. And it's a very close-knit community. We also have a 99.4% graduate success rate, which just means that 99% of our recent graduates were able to either go on to graduate school or get employment within 6 months of graduation. So as much as you want to enjoy your time at college, it's good to know that you are also set up for success on the back end as well. Millikin, like I said, has over 50 academic programs, and those are housed in each of our 4 colleges and schools. So just to give you a little bit about what we have, College of Arts and Sciences are your regular humanities, like the classes that you're used to in high school. So that's where math, science, psychology, English, history, all of that lives under the College of Arts and Sciences. And then the College of Fine Arts is actually our most popular college. So about 30% of our students are in fine arts, and that is theater, art, and music combined. It's what we are most well known for and what a lot of our students come to campus for. College of Professional Studies are the degrees that require a professional degree. So education, nursing, athletic training, all of those majors are housed under there. And then our final one is our Tabor School of Business, which is our business school, as the name states. And we have a variety of different business majors for our students in that school as well. We have the opportunity for our students to take classes across the board. We encourage students to explore outside of the college or school that their major is housed in. We want you to get a really well-rounded education. And our students are able to do this through our initiative. We call it performance learning. It's what Millikin was founded on. So we want you to get a lot of hands-on experience in conjunction with everything that you're learning in the classroom. So sometimes, you have to sit and take notes and listen to a lecture, but we want you to get a lot of experience in conjunction with everything you're learning, and you'll find that across the board in all your classes. A little bit about campus life at Millikin. So as I said before, we have over 90 student organizations, everything from Greek life to athletics, fine arts groups, performance groups, cultural diversity groups. About 30% of our campus is involved in Greek life. So that's a big part of our campus culture, as well as about 40% of our students are in athletics. As I mentioned before, we're Division III for athletics and have a wide variety of men and women's sports. The average Millikin student is very involved. You will be hard pressed to find a Millikin student that goes from the residence hall to their class and back every day and isn't involved in anything after class. It's a great way to meet students outside of your major and outside of your grade and just feel more connected across campus. Study abroad, we have a lot of opportunities for that at Millikin as well. We have over 53 partner universities in over 22 countries. So that's just some of the places that we are able to send our students to for a whole semester if you're looking for that traditional study abroad opportunity. But we also offer immersion courses that are travel courses. That just means that you go for a week or two over winter break or a week or two in the summer, and you still get that travel experience with a Millikin professor and Millikin classmates. You get class credit for it, but you're just not gone for the whole semester. So if you're not too sure about being gone for that long or get involved on campus and don't want to leave, we do have other travel opportunities in a shorter time frame as well. And lastly, how to apply to Millikin. So for any of you seniors, you can do this now. Any juniors, sophomores, freshmen even, you'll just need to keep this in your back pocket for later. But we do have our own application on our website, as well as we are a part of the common application as well. So either way, it's free to apply to Millikin, and at this time we are not requiring an essay either. So trying to make it as easy as possible for our students to apply. And we have moved to being test optional as well. So if you do not have test scores that you want to submit, we're able to work with you around that as well. And with that, you can feel free to contact me. I can put my information in the chat as well, so that way you guys have it. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Millikin. Up next, we have Western Illinois University.
Perfect. Go ahead and present here. Okay, thank you all for joining us this evening. I'm going to share some quick information with you today about our university. And if you have more questions or would like more details, my colleague Cameron is in the chat and he would love to answer your questions. First, Western Illinois University has two campuses. Our main traditional and residential campus is located in Macomb, Illinois. That's about 3.5 to 4 hours southwest of Chicago. And our second campus is a commuter non-traditional campus, which is located in Moline, Illinois. This fall, we have roughly 7,500 students attending WIU. Our average class size is about 18, and our student to faculty ratio is 15:1. 95% of our courses are also taught by full-time faculty. The other 5% is usually a graduate student helping in some of those labs the students take in our science courses. This academic year, Western made thoughtful adjustments to our school year given the COVID-19 pandemic. And so in response, Western temporarily adjusted our admission criteria from a 3.3 GPA or higher to a 2.74 GPA on a 4.0 scale for our automatic admission. As the first public university in the state to be test optional pre-COVID, we will remain so moving forward. This year, Western also continued to house students in our on-campus residence halls, provided daily COVID testing options, and allowed students to have a choice to take classes either online, in person, or in our hybrid model, which is a little bit of both. Decisions for fall 2021 will be made later on this spring by our new president, Dr. Guiyu Huang, who started on January 1st. So we're excited to see what's going to happen with him. For students who have GPAs between a 2.0 and a 2.7499 on a 4.0 scale, they will be reviewed by our REACH program to potentially be admitted with some additional help for students. Through this review, students will be asked to submit an updated transcript, test scores if they have them, and a personal statement and or recommendation letter. The total cost of attending WIU per fall for 2020 was, or per year for the fall of 2020 was $21,523. We also have what's called a cost guarantee program that locks in your direct costs, tuition, student fees, dorm room, and meal plan for up to 4 years. So while tuition may increase, we also have it where you lock in at your freshman year and it won't change throughout the rest of the year, 4 years. In terms of scholarships, Western offers over $10 million annually. Our Western Commitment Scholarship Program guarantees that students with a 3.3 GPA cumulative on a 4.0 scale will get at least $3,000 per year. We also offer what's called our automatic scholarships for students based on where they live. If their parents or grandparents are a Western alum, and if you visit campus, either physically or virtually. For more information on all of our scholarship opportunities, please visit our scholarship page at www.wiu.edu/scholarship. Also, while we are very well known for our majors in law enforcement and justice administration, agriculture, business, sports broadcasting, musical theater, nursing, and many other outstanding programs, we do want to note a few newer options that we have that include actuarial science and educational studies, as well as minors in American Sign Language, computer science education, and cannabis production. WIU is an NCAA Division I athletic institution with 17 varsity level sports. We also have over 20 club sports that compete in our Western Illinois University uniform. If athletics isn't your thing, we also have over 250 different clubs and organizations on our campus. Our students have studied abroad in over 60 different countries as well. And we have a multicultural center in the heart of our campus, which brings students, faculty, staff, and community members of all different races, cultures, genders, and sexual orientations together under one roof to share appreciation and have discussions centered around diversity, equity, and inclusion. We are welcoming prospective students to our campus, and we also offer live presentations multiple times throughout the day on Zoom. Please be sure to check out our visit page on our website for more details. And again, if you have any questions about applying, please visit www.wiu.edu/apply to apply now, where we are waiving our application fee, our $35 fee for the rest of this week and a little bit of next week. If you have any questions, please feel free to inbox again or chat Cameron. And again, I didn't mention this, but my name is Keita, and we both are happy to help you.
Thank you so much. Last but not least, we have University of Illinois at Chicago.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for being with us today. My name is Selena Hernandez. I'm an admissions counselor with UIC, but I'm also an alum of UIC. I graduated in 2017, and I'm also a Chicago native. So I'm very familiar with UIC, both as a student and now as an admissions counselor. With me today, I have my colleague, Samantha, who's going to be answering any questions that you all have. So feel free to share that in the chat. So a little bit about UIC. We are located right in the center of the city of Chicago. So you can see here on this map, this red block here is where our main campus is, East Campus, where a majority of our undergraduate students have their classes, hang out, have their lunch, meet with their professors, where our main quad is, and so on. But we also have additional campuses. So our West Campus is where we have our health-related programs, South Campus where we have some sports complexes as well as our residence halls. And then our newest addition to the university is our John Marshall Law School campus in the center of the Loop area, our downtown area. And that is now the first and only public law school in the city of Chicago. So we're really excited about having that addition to the university. Being in the center of Chicago, nestled between the Chicago Loop area, north, south, and west sides, we really encourage students to take advantage of being in the city and use the resources not only on our campus, but in and around the city, whether that be through internships, job opportunities, or even just exploring the city and the Chicago neighborhoods around us. As a UIC student, all students have something called the U-Pass that gives you access to Chicago's public transportation system, the CTA. So during the school year, students can ride the CTA buses and trains unlimited times for free, which is a great perk to have, whether you're using it to get to class or to explore the city. UIC has 15 academic colleges that range from bachelor's degrees, which many of you are considering at the moment, as well as any professional or graduate level programs. So here on this slide, we have some of our direct entry programs, meaning that if you're thinking about computer science in the College of Engineering, you can directly apply to that. If you're thinking about psychology, biological sciences, chemistry, that's in our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. These are all programs that you can directly apply to as a high school student. But you're also welcome to start thinking and considering graduate level programs, professional programs that we offer for possibly studying at UIC in the future. So if you're thinking about pre-medicine, pre-law, pharmacy, dentistry, nursing, all these programs are offered at UIC and will help prepare you either through your pre-health or pre-law advisor. Something that's unique about UIC is that we are a Research One institution. Being a Research One means that the professors on our campus are not only teaching you in the classroom, but they're also doing research, writing articles, writing books on the material that you're learning in the class. So you really have a high standard of learning because you're learning from experts in the field. As a Research One, we receive a lot of funding for professors to conduct research on our campus. But how does this kind of impact you all as students? Undergraduate students also partake in undergraduate research at UIC. So it doesn't matter the academic background you're in, whether you're thinking about studying nutrition or the arts or business or education, all students are encouraged to participate in undergraduate research because it enhances your learning beyond the classroom. You can create your own research project or work with a professor on a project that they're working on. Here we have some of our undergraduate research opportunities. Actually pictured behind these images is our electronic visualization lab, one of the many research labs available for students to help conduct their research. And also many of these research opportunities are paid opportunities, or also you can receive course credit for them. So you're working towards your academic goal, but you're also receiving any personal funding for expenses that you may need. Being in a city like Chicago, we have students that come all over to study on our campus. We have about 30,000 students total, but about 1/3 of our students identify as multilingual. About 40% of our students identify as first-generation college students, and we don't have an ethnic or cultural majority on our campus. Not only do we want students to enroll at UIC, but we also want them to be supported on our campus. We have academic support programs whose mission it is to make sure that students feel acclimated and connected to the university. Some of these programs include the Latin American Recruitment Educational Services Program, African American Academic Network, Native American Support Program, Disability Cultural Center, Gender and Sexuality Center, and the first college campus to have an Arab American Cultural Center. And we have additional resources available for students that are available to students of any background. The mission of these programs is to provide professional development, scholarships, tutoring, and support for students of all backgrounds at our university. Transitioning into our application process, UIC does use the Common Application for students to apply. We do require students submit transcripts. There is an application fee, but this can be waived. And then standardized test scores for students applying for fall of 2021 and fall of 2022. We do not require students submit these test scores, and there will be no penalty for students that decide to not submit test scores during the application process. But we do rely heavily on a holistic application process. So other things that are going to be valuable in the application process are things like personal statement, letters of recommendation, which we'll use to consider you and learn more about who you are besides just looking at transcripts or test scores. For my in-state students applying to UIC, our tuition and fees is about $13,000 to $14,000 annually. There are fees that can be waived, such as health insurance, and UIC does not have a live on campus requirement, so you're not required to live in campus housing at any point in time. Students are welcome to live in campus housing, but we also have off-campus housing resources for students who want to live in the UIC area. When applying to UIC, there's a few ways to receive or apply for financial aid. One way is to apply for the free application for federal student aid, FAFSA, or for my Illinois residents that may not be eligible for FAFSA, we encourage you to apply for the Illinois RISE Act application to receive funds from the state of Illinois. All students who apply to UIC are considered for merit-based scholarships based on their application. No additional steps are needed. So some scholarships can cover your tuition and fees up to $10,000. And there's also departmental scholarships that are smaller, but still very beneficial for you during your time at UIC. Once enrolled on campus, you'll have access to applying to all the additional scholarships for UIC students. Thank you again for joining us here today. Feel free to ask us any questions during the chat, but if you wish to connect with us further, either through a direct appointment, viewing a presentation, or via email, I encourage you to check our admissions page or email us at admissions@uic.edu, which will connect you to your assigned admissions counselor. Thank you all again for being here and enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you so much, UIC. At this time, we do still have some time left of our session. So our college representatives have been kind enough to offer sort of a roundtable discussion on one question specifically. So at this time, the question for our panelists: what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So we will begin with St. Mary's.
My advice to you is to utilize your admissions counselors. So we are actually hired to work with students in the high school, and we love doing that. So we welcome any kind of relationship building that we can establish with students. So I think so many times students don't really take advantage of the admissions counselors at each of the schools that they're interested in. So I would encourage you to try to start establishing that relationship with those admissions counselors.
Thank you, St. Mary's. Up next, Calvin University.
Thank you, Kyle. I would say ask challenging questions because it's easier and better to find out about, the intricacies of all the colleges that you're looking at while you're going through the college search process rather than when you're a student there. So just keep asking great questions. We've seen excellent questions today, and just keep it up, I would say.
Thank you. Up next, we have Millikin.
I would say definitely explore all types of schools. Even if you think oh, I know I want a big school or a public school or a small school, private school, allow yourself to explore all those options because you might be surprised by what you find out. And definitely, to echo what Brenda said, use your admission counselors in that process too, so you can kind of learn what each of the different schools have to offer and what the pros and cons of the types of schools are.
Thank you, Millikin. Up next, we have Western Illinois.
Hi, so my advice, a little bit similar to Milliken's, would be not to short sell yourself and not to cut your resources off. So even with your major, right? Even if you know what kind of job you want, make sure you just explore even while you're going through the process. Explore and think about a few different majors. Think about a few different career paths you want to go into, because you never know how you could change your mind years from now and what you would be glad that you maybe double majored in or even minored in.
Thank you, Western Illinois. And lastly, we do have University of Illinois at Chicago.
The piece of advice that I have for students is to really explore the support programs that are offered at these schools. A lot of the times we do focus on the majors, which is important because that's what you'll be studying and that's what you're planning to use after you graduate. But looking at the types of support programs that are offered is going to be another element to your learning process, to your connection to the university. And it's going to be a way for you to connect not only with other students who are like-minded as you, but also to the resources that are available and the possible mentors that you'll gain after graduation.
Great. Thank you so much to all our panelists this evening. This really does conclude our session for tonight. And lastly, I just wanted to share one thing. So with that being said, if you do have any last minute conversations with your college rep, please finish up at this time. And thank you again for joining us. As you exit out of this session, you will be presented with a quick survey. Please provide us some feedback so we can further improve. And you can sign up for more sessions like this on our website, strivescan.com/Illinois. And this recording will be made available on our website as well later this week. So thank you again, and we wish you the best of luck on your college search.